Now today we want to talk about the state of the country. With me here we have one and only Winnie. Winnie, say hi.
Hi,
Tell us something.
I'm glad to be here today. My name is Winnie Nduku.
Aha. She's Winnie Nduku and our brother here, James Munyao. Jemo, karibu baba.
Hello, I'm glad to be here. My name is James. Thank you.
Aha. So welcome to our show. Welcome. Today we want to talk about the state of the country. Like, how do you feel about the country? But you're going in another way. We want to talk about it in a Christian way. Like Christians, what are we doing to help ourselves in this state? First, we'd like to start by asking ourselves, how do you feel about the state of the country right now? Una feel aje? Yani vitu ziko poa ama ziko mbaya?
I think we are in more of tension, confusion. Like the state of the country is not at balance. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So you feel it's not balanced. Jemo, una feel aje baba?
Nafikiria leo nchi haiko mahali pazuri kwa sababu a lot of tension is in everywhere in our country. Most of people hawajaenda kazi. So it's not a good thing at all. Yes.
By then nilikuwa naongea nawe unasema ati umeamka asubuhi ukaenda ukapanda macho mkapanda watu wawili after 1 hour. Umefeel aje?
Nimefeel vibaya kwa sababu mimi nimejiprepare asubuhi kuenda shughuli zangu za kila kawaida kazi, lakini unfortunately wakati nilifika stage niliingia ngari, nilikaa kwa 1 hour kwa stage ambayo iliingia watu wawili. Kwa hivyo I think on behalf of the other people ni hasara kwa nchi. Na sioni kama hiyo maandamano inaweza tusaidia. Hii ni kitu inaweza kaa tuongee.
Baba. So now tell me something. Is it necessary for people to demonstrate?
Yeah, it is necessary for people to demonstrate, but it depends with how the demonstrations are done, because according to the constitution, demonstrations, they are legal, but how people demonstrate, it's what matters. Yeah.
Na wewe unafeel aje? Ni poa watu demonstrate ama haifai kabisa?
Mimi sioni haja ya kudemonstrate kwa sababu Kenya yetu hatunanga demonstration ya amani. Hiyo tu ndio shida tuko nayo. If we are, kama tunaweza funzwa vile watu waandamana, I guess inaweza kuwa ni kitu mzuri, lakini kuliko kuvunja vitu za watu na kuibia wengine.
So now wewe unasema sipo ku demonstrate. Let me ask my sister Winnie, mwenye anasema it is their right to demonstrate according to the constitution of Kenya. What are the benefits of demonstration according to you?
You know, this is a democratic country. So when you give people a chance to express their feelings or to express whatever they are complaining about, there is no problem with that. But what happens when people go out to demonstrate, some of those people, they are complaining about lack of food, but things that they are doing, they don't show even that they are hungry, because someone who has energy to demolish things, that doesn't look like a person who has slept hungry. So for me, I think demonstrations should be done in a more peaceful way. If people are carrying the banners, they have the message, whatever they want to portray to the government, but they should not destroy anything.
When we come back after the break, you're going to talk about the benefits and the effects of demonstration. Thank you.
Mpanda ngazi? Cheki situation iko pale chini kwanza.
What?
Cheki situation iko pale chini kwanza. Hatuwezi mwambia ashuke alafu apate ni simba iko pale chini. Lazima tujue like situation, anaweza ruka ile side nyingine ya fence ama atateremka chini.
Welcome back. We are going now to look at the benefits of demonstration and the negative part of demonstration. My first question goes to Mr. James Munyao, mwenye amesema kwamba demonstration si poa at all. Jemo, unafilaje demonstrations zina cause aje? Umesema ni mbaya, so give us the negative effects of demonstration.
Demonstration ni mbaya kwa sababu zina cause death. Naona watu wanapoteza maisha yao, watu wanapoteza mali, watu wanapoteza hata chakula ya kukula kwa sababu hawajaenda kazini. Kwa hivyo is mi sioni ikiwa ni kitu kama ya kuentertain Kenya hii, kwa sababu ni hasara kabisa.
But before uendelee baba, our demonstrators kati yao na polisi wenye wanaua, nani mbaya?
Ni demonstrator wabaya, kwa sababu polisi yeye wao ndio wanaenda wanavunja. Polisi akiona ukivunja mali ya mtu lazima atareact. Kwa hivyo the demonstrator ndio anafanya police wa take full force.
Before uende mbali,
Yes.
polisi wana take full force, wanasema hivyo. But now, do you think we can have a peaceful demonstration? Ndio wanasema au wana demonstrate vibaya, ndio maana wanakuwa na hizo negative parts. So do you think we can have a peaceful demonstration?
Yeah. As for me, I think as a nation we can have a peaceful demonstration, because if today people decide that they are going to get out there and maybe march towards the office of the government, and they know what they want and they have already prepared what they are going to say, and they decide they are not going to destroy anyone's property, we can have a peaceful demonstration. Because even the police and maybe the authority will see that these people, they are not interested in maybe robbery or destructions. So we can have a peaceful demonstration and even businesses can go on.
I think hata ukiangalia wale watu wanaandamana ni wale watu ambayo idlers ndio wanateki hiyo advantage ya kuandamana ili waibie watu, waharibu mali ya watu. So that is the problem of the demonstration. When you see the people in the streets are the idlers.
So
only.
as a government now, let me go this way. As a government, what do you think they're supposed to do to get rid of these idlers? Because kama watu wako na job, niko sure hawezi enda kwa street, si ndio? According to vile unasema. So unadhani tunaweza get rid of our idlers aje?
I think the best way, the opposition side wanafaa wa come up na ideas ambazo they have wako na viongozi wao ambao wanawakilisha opposition katika serikali. Badala ya kuengage watu waenda kwa maandamano kuharibu mali ya watu, wanafaa wakuje na hizo wakuje na motion ambao tutasaidia hawa mindless ambao wanangojea chance kama hiyo waende kuharibu mali ya watu, vile tutawatafutia kazi, lakini si kuwaengage na kuwapea pesa waende kuharibu mali ya wenyewe. I think it's not right.
So like the idlers ndio wanaharibu vitu za watu. So the negative part according to you ni hizo kuharibu vitu za watu.
Yes.
Na vifo.
Yes.
My sister, what do you think has the demonstrations helped us? Has it helped us to achieve anything? What are the benefits of demonstration?
Maybe if we look at the back demonstrations that we've had as a country, you'll find that even when the teachers, the doctors, they demonstrate, this brings a point that the leaders who are elected, they know that there's someone who is watching at them. So it keeps them on toes. They know they have to deliver. And even as a government, they are forced to be competent, if I may say. Because if people just stay and they don't complain about anything and let things go the way they are done, you'll find that some things are failing. But when people have the freedom to maybe say what they want, you'll find that it is a nation that the mwananchi is now given a part to maybe to present their own views. So I don't think demonstrations are that bad. What is bad is how the demonstrations are done. Because right now, if you look as a country, it's been long since we have the teachers and the doctors demonstrate. This means that something has been rectified. Yes.
Mimi kivyangu nataka kusema kuna tofauti ya maandamano na mgomo. Walimu na madaktari wao wameenda katika mgomo ambao tumeona imeweza kusikizwa, ambao pia wameifanya in peaceful manner. Lakini when you look at what the opposition now they are demonstrating about, is not something reasonable.
It's not something reasonable.
Yes.
These guys are complaining that the elections were rigged, right? They're complaining that the lifestyle is high, everything has shot up. Is it true? Ni ukweli maisha imepanda? Unaonaje maisha imepanda miko tu sawa according to wewe?
It's okay, maisha imepanda. And this is kila mahali. Maisha imepanda kila mahali.
So unaonaje? Kila kitu kiko sawa ama imepanda, ama unafilaje like whatever the president is doing, is he doing the right thing or kuna vitu zinafaa zirekebishwe?
You should understand one thing, that if we don't need to have a leader who is at the top, then we don't need to have elections. So there must be a leader and there must be the opposition. So if any time we are going to do the elections and people come out and they are requesting for the handshakes and they are requesting for division of power, that means we don't need elections. So we need the opposition because it will be there to watch what is going on.
So according to you, the opposition, whatever the opposition is doing is right?
Whatever they are doing is right. But they should find a way, the leaders should find a way on how to mobilize their people when they are doing the demonstrations so that they don't destroy people's property. Because if today I work hard and I manage to save some good amount of money and I go out there and I begin a business, and then you come out and you destroy my property just because you are hungry and because you're complaining about the government, I don't see how you are helping me. Instead, you're just putting me down because I'll have to go back to square zero and begin again.
So what do you think, you guys, what do you think about the division of power right now? There are people who are supporting Ruto.
Yes.
The people are supporting Azimio. Yeah. So the Kenya Kwanza, the supporters are going to their normal businesses. Now the Azimio part, they're on the streets like right now, right?
Yes.
Instead of going to the streets, I've had people calling for talks. Do you think it is right for the president and the opposition party, the ruling government and the opposition government, to come together and talk and see a solution, or should we just go the demonstration way and do things the way the opposition wants?
Nafikiria wacha upande wa serikali ikae kwa serikali na upande wa opposition wakae kwa opposition. The work of the opposition is to oversee the government, but the way they are doing is not the right way, because they have their MPs in the Senate. So I think they have to change their techniques of how to correct the government.
I love this. And then?
Yeah, it's for me, what I can say, the government, you know, if today we are complaining about something, we have to give the government a period of time. Because if today we want maybe the price of unga to come down, you must realize that it is not the Azimio, it is not the Kenya Kwanza who are suffering. Every Kenyan is suffering. So you cannot say that it's only the Azimio who are out there demonstrating. You'll find that even there's someone who elected Ruto and is still complaining, because we are not complaining about the government, we're just complaining about the lifestyle that we have. But still, we have to check at things, because if today you're complaining about the price of unga, have you harvested? So you have to give it time. You have to plant, you have to wait and be patient so that we harvest, so that we have the maize or the unga at the stocks, so that the price can come down. Because sometimes you can complain about something that cannot work. So what happens, the leaders of the opposition and the leaders of the Kenya Kwanza, they should just maybe have those peaceful talks and just try to find a solution and see what can work and what cannot work.
Great. So they should come together and talk.
Yeah.
Great. A quick one, just a quick one. Do you think that these guys can sit and talk and get a solution? Because from wherever I'm seeing, Ruto and Gachagua, they are like, we cannot talk to this guy, and realize like if they don't talk, then we go to the streets. So is it possible for these guys to sit down and talk? And who can facilitate these talks in a peaceful way?
It's so bad to have leaders who are full of ego, because I would call that ego. You should be people, if you're leading people, you should be a leader who can listen to other people. Both the leaders of the opposition and the leaders of the Kenya Kwanza should be people who can show that they can work together. Because if they cannot work together, that's why you are seeing people out there, they are doing things rudely. because even the leaders at the top, they are not good example to the nation.
Baba unaonaje?
I'm not understanding the opposition side, because already we have called them to our table to negotiate, but they have refused. So these people what are doing, ile kitu wanafanya ni kama ni wivu, wanaona tunavufua nchi, but wanataka tu kuharibu, kwa sababu we have already called them, but so, now they have refused to come.
So wewe kama mtu wa Kenya Kwanza wewe kama mtu wa Kenya Kwanza baba, Azimio wanasema kwamba mliiba kura na mmekataa kufungua server. Jamaa sema mfungue server alafu watu waone server yao, waone kama mkochua mlipita. Sema mfungue server watu waone, tumalizane hii maneno, ama unaona aje? Election
ya Kenya inasimamiwa na IEBC. The only ile body inaweza kufungua server ni IEBC. Na IEBC ilifanya uchaguzi wa amani na ikandeclare who is a winner. So watu, let them wait for 2027. We compete with them again.
So yes. Tupatane in 7.
Yes.
Hey boss. Unafeel aje, like did they win honestly ama waliiba, ama unafeel aje wewe?
I don't know what is in their minds, because if today I give an exam and a child fails the exam, can he or she come back to me and tell me, you know, teacher, you said the questions where I did not read? In any competition or in any test, there must be the winner and the loser. That's all. Yeah.
Great. So there's a winner and there's a loser.
Exactly.
Folks, we're coming back after the break. I'm telling you, this is getting interesting. When you come back, you're going to talk about what is the use of MPs, MCAs that are in the government, they're in the seats, but they're doing nothing. Why should you go the maandamano way, but you have the MPs and the MCAs who should go, like our brother said, get the motion on the table at the parliament and sort it over with them. Stay tuned.
But I tell you who hear me, love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. Bless those who curse you. And pray for those who mistreat you. If anyone strikes you on the one cheek.
Welcome back. Now, before we went for the break, we talked about the negative effects of demonstrations and the benefits of demonstrations. Our sister told us that demonstrations have always gone. The peaceful demonstrations, like example that he gave, was for the teachers, as always bore fruits. Our brother here is against demonstrations, which is also right, but the Constitution supports demonstration. Now, a quick question: what is the use of MPs, MCAs, and senators in the parliament when you have to go the demonstrations way? What do you feel? Are they doing their jobs, or are they sleeping, or are they feeding on our taxes that we are also raising?
I think the problem that we have is because that after we elect the MPs and the senators, instead of them going there to represent us, they are going there to represent their parties. You know, after we elect them, they should go and work as a team. There should not be Kenya Kwanza, they should not be the Azimio, they should work as a team. But if they go there and still continue with their campaigns, and they're still looking at each other as maybe they're like defeating each other, they're competing with each other, that's why we have to be forced as Kenyans to go to maandamano. But if maybe they could work as a team, they could find a solution to each problem that we have.
That's great. Unafilaje? Hawa majamaa wamekaa tu, wanasema Kiswahili, wanasema ngile, wanakula tu pesa zetu, ama wako sawa, wanafanya kazi yao?
I think for the last some years, this election hii iliisha, ndio sasa tunaona tulichagua watu ambao wanajali wananchi, kwa sababu when you look at the budget of this year, budget yenyewe ili cut off, ilinajali mwananchi wa kawaida, and that's why our competitor on the street demonstrating because they are complaining. They don't want the hustlers to come up, kwa sababu ukiangalia in our finance bill 2023 wale watu ambao wanapata mshahara mingi, kuna ile percentage kubwa ambao wanakatwa, ili hiyo pesa ikuje isaidie kulipa zile manding tuko nazo kama nchi, na tuweze kufanya kazi, Kenya yetu ikuwe na kazi. And that's why they are demonstrating. So I think the Kenya Kwanza MPs, they are wanajua ile kitu wanafanya kwa bunge, lakini wale wa Azimio, they are just eating the money of our people. They are not, they don't know what they are doing.
Friends, I'm telling you, these guys are Kenya Kwanza, they had fun. But now, Baba, as a believer, do you think, as a believer now, do you think that whatever the president and the deputy president and the Azimio people doing is right? In a believing way, unaona wanafaa wafanye aje ndio wakuje wapate solutions kwa hizi shida zote? Tukimalizia,
I think we have already caught them, as I have said. Let them bring their committee. We bring our committee. They tell us what they want, and they tell us something which is understandable, which ile inajali mwananchi, the common mwananchi. And then I think it will be good. Yes.
Unafilaje? Tukimalizia, unaonaje tunaweza solve hizo vitu aje?
Leadership comes from God, and it is God who chooses leaders. So if our leaders could just lean on God's side as a church, we would have good leaders leading our people. Because if today we have leaders who only care about themselves, they don't care about other people, they don't have the virtues, we will be struggling every time and we'll be fighting each and every time. So as a church, we have a great work to pray for our leaders so that they can just know God. Because if someone knows God, they will have the wisdom, and that person will be more willing to talk with each other. They will be more willing to work as a team, and no one will do anything in their own selfish way.
Before we finish up, I know our time is up, but I want to ask something. She's talked about the church. Do you think the church is doing anything to help in the current state of the country?
Yeah, I think the church is playing a bigger role, because last time when we were in church, I heard the pastor say that as our church, we should not go out there and do demonstrations because we might lose lives, and we should not lean on any side. If we get out there and maybe people are talking about politics, we should not lean on any side. We should just focus on bringing people together. So I think the church is
doing the right thing.
Yeah, it's really doing the right thing.
Fine. Folks, we are out of time. Brother, let me ask you, do you think the church is doing the right thing? Do you think the churches are doing anything to help solve the issues?
Today nilikuwa natarajia makanisa zote Kenya yetu wangetokea tu kwa barabara, wafunge maspika kwa gari, wahimiza watu wakae na amani, wakuwe na amani. But I think haisaidii kuenda kwa media na kupeana a brief. Mimi naona wangetokea tu na waambie watu wakae kwa amani. Yes, but I think the church is doing well for freeing our people. Yes.
The church is doing well, but they're not campaigning for peace. As a church, tunaomba kwamba to campaign for the peace. Let us do something out of it. As an individual, wherever you are, our sister says when you demonstrate peacefully. He says there's no need for demonstrating, so you need to choose where you are. But as a Christian, you're supposed to be neutral. And as she said, leadership comes from God. Watch out for our next episode. We are going to talk about leadership and politics. Stay tuned. Thank you.